Hey guys, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, yes, it's another VR to Hoople's Cat. The guy's got a lot of good topics that make me want to talk about those good topics. So today we're talking about quitting smoking. Now, before I lose any of you that this should apply to, I want to point out that I was a committed smoker for 10 years and I never planned on quitting. I enjoyed cigarettes, and I'm sure I still would enjoy them quite a lot if I let myself. I figure most of the people in my generation are dying of cancer, one form or another. So I wasn't going to deny myself something that I took great enjoyment in and found a lot of relief from, just to maybe eke out a few more years at the end. But I did quit a few different times, and I always went back to it without really regretting it. Sometimes I quit for a few months or a year at a time. But for the most part, for 10 years, I smoked continuously up to often a pack a day. And I quit a couple years ago when I got a smoker's cough, which is when you get a cough that isn't really any apparent viral or bacterial thing. It's mostly just you have a lot of irritation and mucus and stuff. And it was bad enough that I couldn't smoke. It hurt that bad. And so I went ahead and didn't smoke when that went away. And I haven't actually had any powerful cravings ever since. And I'm pretty lucky in that regard. So you can all just discount my quitting advice there, because for whatever reason I haven't had the desires as much as many of you probably would. When I did quit and I did have desires, I always used pipe tobacco because I feel that's better. It's better to get face cancer than lung cancer, in my opinion. But I've always found that the best way to quit something, whether it's a habit or an addiction or whatever, is to make it worth less than it's worth, than it takes. People often smoke less during really cold winters when they have to go outside to smoke. There's a lot of different factors that can make it worth less to you. That can be things that are worth more, like health, fitness, whatever it is. I don't think other people are always good reasons unless they're your children wanting to live longer for them. But some ways that do help me whenever I quit are having something else to do instead, or to do before you want to smoke, making it a little harder, or procrastinating it. I'm a pretty good procrastinator when I let myself be. So when I tell myself to procrastinate my cigarette break, when I tell myself to get a couple more things done first, I find that I can actually delay a cigarette break hours, which over the course of a couple days is a few cigarettes. And if you keep doing that and keep working at it, especially if those things are like some push-ups or something, some weightlifting of some kind of exercise that's not only bettering yourself, teaching yourself instead of harming yourself at that particular, when you have a craving, start conditioning yourself to better yourself, at least before you go and harm yourself. I'm not going to make any assumptions about you guys, but the times in my life when I've wanted to smoke, I had things I was dealing with. And some people have things that they're dealing with for a very long time, or they just have so much constantly that they never really get that chance to stop and breathe and reset their stress meter. And cigarettes are that relief valve. But give yourself the permission to relieve those things without cigarettes, to find other things that can do that. Serotonin is a powerful drug. And dopamine, these are all things that nicotine helps your body to produce or slows the decay of in your body. And they're also things that exercise produces. And so it's not a bad idea to try to help supplement your body's desire for those things, if that's maybe part of what makes it hard to quit. So just things to think about. Everything's a battle, and you can condition yourself to do better in that battle by looking at your techniques and your automated responses to things. Like I said, pipe tobacco is a pretty decent option for getting that nicotine without necessarily inhaling. And folklore says that it's more potent because of where on the tobacco leaf it comes from and just some different factors. So you're able to get a pretty good buzz without having to inhale it. Take that or leave it. I didn't do any scientific research on that. But just some ideas, guys. I truly think that it's a good idea for preppers to quit smoking. I think it's one of the best things that you can do to improve your health, your fitness, and your longevity. That's sort of what it's all about, I think. Anyways, I hope that was interesting. Hope I didn't push any of you guys away for suggesting something that you just have no plans to do, but I think it's worth bringing up. We talk about surviving, we talk about things that a person should do. I think that's one of them. So, hope you're all doing well. Everybody stay safe out there.